Hey guys, it's Daisy. So today we are going to be making a fun Easter DIY wreath. It is going to look like a carrot. I want to apologize ahead of time as this was a recording where my sister was assisting me and she's never recorded before, so it's kind of all over the place. My apologies. I normally use this board so that it takes away the reflection since my desk is glass. So that's why you can see a little bit of me and a little bit of the desk. So again, I apologize. These beautiful flowers are from Michael's. They are high quality and I highly recommend them. Don't worry guys, I'll leave all of the names in the description down below, and hopefully you enjoy this DIY as much as we do, because she ended up purchasing so much material that I made one for her and myself. This greenery looks so perfect. I am obsessed with this, you guys. I hope you love it as much as I do. So just to give credit where credit is owed, this is a DIY inspired by Pinterest. They did not have a tutorial, so that is why I chose to make one for you. This dowel was purchased at Michael's, and quite honestly, the dowel was only 75 cents, and you can purchase however long of a dowel that you'd like. This is what we're going to use as the backbone of our carrot. You'll see us piece it together. So go ahead and paint your dowel green, and that is just so that it hides the actual wood tone. And once we get this all painted, we'll go ahead and proceed to the next steps. All right, and once you get that one side completely painted, go ahead and set it to the side so we can go ahead and proceed to the next step. You're going to go ahead and take your florals, go ahead and take the tag off, and we are going to be clipping off all of the leaves since we will not be using those. All right, go ahead and set those to the side, and we are going to go ahead and bring our dowel back and finish the other side and get that all painted and ready to go. All right, we're going to set that to the side and let it finish. And then the next step is super easy. You're just going to literally pull out the tulips from the wire that it's connected to in the stem. And it's very good quality, so the stem is really sturdy and perfect. But you know, the wire part is usually for added flexibility so that you can have the tulips go in whatever direction you want. But yeah, go ahead and pull all the tulips off of the stems, off of the wires, and then we will go ahead and grab our wire and cut a few pieces off, and you're going to see what you need them for. You'll of course need wire cutters. Mine are so old and I need new ones. But Anyway, it doesn't matter what length you cut of the wires or how many wires, you guys. Honestly, you're going to just figure it out as you go. Then you're going to go ahead and take your dowel, and you're going to start with one tulip, and you're literally going to be piecing it together as you go. You're going to see that we're going to start with one and then the two right next to that. The layers are really going to be based on how long you guys want your carrot to be, but go ahead and step by step, when you get a section the way that you like it, go ahead and twist some of that wire to your actual dowel. And basically the way that I started it is I did one tulip, then two tulips, and then three tulips. So you would think it would be common sense to move on to the next one by doing 4 tulips, but because it wasn't quite the length that we were aiming for, we did another layer of 3 tulips, as you can see here. So you're going to go ahead and also either use the excess wire or use a new wire, however you want to do that. But this is how it's looking so far. You're basically going to try to go from narrow to wide, building on your length and also building on the width. So after doing 1, 2, 3, and 3, we're finally going to do a layer of 4 tulips on this particular row. All right, guys, and once you complete that layer with the 4 tulips, again, go ahead and take a look at your project and decide if you want it longer or decide if you're willing to finish it up. In our case, we went ahead and decided to do another layer with 4 tulips. So you have 1 tulip, 2 tulips, 3 tulips, 3 tulips, 4 tulips, and again 4 tulips. So that is how I have constructed this one so far, and it's the one that's giving us the best angle for it to look like a carrot shape. So again, just play with yours and make sure that it's going to look exactly how you want it to look. And as you can see, all I'm doing is just wiring them all together as I go. And then this is going to be our final row. And this row, we end up doing a total of 5 tulips. And then I'm going to go ahead and wire it together, and this basically is going to be the base of our carrot. It basically is the end of it. I will show you how it looks here in just a moment. See how ours stacks up super nicely, and it makes that perfect carrot shape, and it looks so nice from the back. It's nice and clean, so everything is looking just as we wanted. We're going to go ahead and pull our wire down just so that we can hold on to those stems a little bit lower down and keep them nice and tight. All right, guys, so now we're going to go ahead and take our greenery, and we're going to decide where we want our greenery to start so that it's as much of a carrot-like as possible. As I mentioned, I'll be leaving the names to all of these products in the description box below, but I'm kind of just playing with it to see how high or low I want to put it, and I ended up deciding to cut off the bottom section of the actual stem. You're going to have to work at this because there's probably about 5 wires connecting it, so it took a little bit of time, but look, I was successful in getting it off. And now I'm going to go ahead and place it on top of my carrots so far, and I'm going to decide where I'm going to go ahead and connect it with another piece of wire yet again, depending on the distance that I want it from my flowers. So here we are. Let's go ahead and get it all secured and ready to go for the next step. All right, guys, now that we have the greenery secure, it's time to cut our dowel down. All you're going to do is take the scissors and kind of turn them around, scoring it if you will, and then it's easy to just snap and break off just like that. It's super easy. So anyway, now I'm going to go ahead and adjust the greenery how I want it to be once it is hung, and then once I have that placement, I'm going to go ahead and hot glue the actual greenery onto the dowel just so that it sticks up like a normal carrot would, a little bit crazy and looking as close to a carrot as possible. I can't wait for you guys to see the final design or the final outcome. But yeah, so once you get that glued in, I'm just taking pieces that had fallen off of the greenery, and I'm going to go ahead and just glue them, and then I'm moving the wires as much as possible just to adjust them so that everything is held as much as possible. And then I took a piece of the green burlap, and I'm going to go ahead and flip our carrot over. And we're going to go ahead and hot glue it so it will cover the actual wires, and it will give us a portion so that we can go ahead and do a bow, and then also where we will be hanging this from. So just take a look at how I'm doing this. It's very simple. It doesn't take much at all. And of course, after I glue it down, I'm going to cut the excess. All right, once you are done and you flip it over just like I have done, you can see how clean and nice it is. And now you're going to take another long piece of burlap, and this is going to just be a portion that hangs down. It's going to be a part of the ribbon, if you will. So the easiest way to do it is just take the length that you want and then fold it into a third, basically. And that way you can hot glue it right onto the burlap that you have there. And you're gonna basically, just like you see me doing here, hot glue it, and that will be a part of the bow, but it's going to be separate just for the sake of the tutorial, just so that you can kind of maneuver it how you want. And then I took another piece of that burlap, and all I did was fold it in half, squeezed it in the middle, and now I'm putting a piece of wire, and this is going to be your bow. It's super simple, and it's, you know, it doesn't take much, so I hope you guys can pretty much follow. All I'm doing is again, taking burlap, folding it in half, and then pinching it in the middle, and I put a wire there to hold it just like you see there. Then here's another tiny little piece of burlap, which I'm going to go ahead and glue on the back end so that it looks like it's all one piece, but it's really not. So see how clean it looks from the front. And now I'm going to go ahead and turn it, and then I'm going to glue it so that you guys don't see this part of it. And when it's all said and done, it looks like one cohesive piece, even though it's two. All right, guys, and now it is time to go ahead and glue the bow down to this long piece of ribbon. Make sure you secure everything. Mine popped open, so I'm re-gluing it again. And then I'm just going to apply a little bit of pressure until I feel that that takes. Once that has taken, I will show you how we're going to hang our carrot. So I took a pipe cleaner that like you see here, and I put it underneath the dowel and over the actual stems, and all I'm doing is twisting it towards the stems like you see here, and you have the two openings, and all you're going to do is twist one side, twist another side, and you guys, it's just that simple. Now you have a hanger, and this is the end of it. It's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. Please give me some love and a thumbs up, and follow if you haven't already. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Bye.